Hello, I have a special treat in store for you today. I'm going to share with you the oldest Torah in the collection of Bevis Mark Synagogue, perhaps having even been scribed here in London in the 17th century. The synagogue has a large collection of old Sefarim produced over the centuries from across the world, brought here from different immigrants throughout the years. And I'm going to read to you a quote from David Sassoon. Mr. Sassoon was a great scholar who published a survey of the collection of the synagogue in 1935. He named this booklet that he produced Pikudei HaMishkan, which means the counting of the tabernacle. And he writes the following. He says, "What a noble array of Sefarim, merely to behold the beautiful and stately historic scroll written in this city of Londres by the master hand of that calligraphist, David Pardo, fills one with reverence and inner joy." And so I'm going to share with you today that impressive scroll written by David Pardo. Come, let's take a look. I've taken the Sefer out of the Hechal so that we can get a bit of a closer look at it. Particularly, I want to draw attention to what's inscribed upon the Atzei Chaim, upon the trees of life, or the poles upon which the parchment is mounted. And so let's take a closer look. On this handle, it says, Nichtav al Yedei HaSofer David Pardo Chazan B'Kahal Kadosh Londres. Which means this was written by the scribe David Pardo, who was the Chazan, who was the cantor here in the Holy Congregation in London. And the year that's given is Bishnat Kabed et Hashem. The quotes the words, "You shall honor God," with little indications above certain letters. And so that is a way of indicating the year. It's over the bet, the taf, and the vav, which if you add that together is 408. 408. And so based on what we learned in the last video about how to do the counting, if you take that, that's 408. You add 240, that's going to be 648, meaning in the year 1648. 1648 is, of course, before the time that Jews were officially permitted here. So maybe that this was actually written while he was still in Amsterdam, and then afterwards it was brought to London. Chacham Gaster actually thinks that the year is later, but as we could see from the indications, and this is what David Sassoon thinks, is that it was in fact written in 1648. According to Gaster, he seemingly counts up all of the letters of Kabed et Hashem, which would take you, with all the calculations, to 1693, which would make sense in terms of when David Pardo was in London, and also would be kind of at a more mature stage in his life when maybe he would have been more likely to have written such a exquisite Torah. However, it's not entirely clear to me then ultimately which is correct. Perhaps some of you watching this video can add some additional insight into this. Upon the other handle, it says, Asher Chanan Elokim El Abdo Yitzchak Rodriguez Mogedero, that God gave to his servant Isaac Rodriguez Mogedero. And then it says over here on the other side of the handle, the following. It says, Dado por ligado a este gal no año 5521. Thank you to Jose Hermoso Buchan, one of our members, for helping me translate, which says that this was bequeathed to the congregation in the year 5521, again adding 240, which would be 1761. And so this had been in the possession of this member of our community, this fellow by the name of Isaac, and it had been written many years earlier. It was in his possession. He officially gave it to the Kahal in 1761, and as you can see, it has beautiful writing in the Hebrew, of course, of this Torah. And so how perfect to appreciate the wonderful Sefarim in the collection of our synagogue as we approach Shavuot, which of course celebrates the giving of the Torah. With that, I wish everyone a good day and look forward to speaking to you next time.